Most people think artists make money from streaming, but that's not true, at least not in the way you imagine. Platforms like Spotify don't represent the main source of income for most artists. In fact, for many musicians, streaming revenue is one of the smallest parts of their earnings. So, where does the real money come from? And more importantly, why do artists still care so much about streaming? Let's break it down. When a song is streamed, the artist gets paid a fraction of a cent. That means even thousands of streams barely generate meaningful income. Even hundreds of thousands of streams may not be enough to live on. And this creates a clear problem, because if streaming doesn't pay well, then why is it so important? The answer is simple. Streaming is not about money, it's about attention. Think of streaming platforms as the top of a funnel. At the very top, you have listeners, people discovering your music for the first time. They don't know you, they're not fans yet, they're just curious. And streaming platforms bring them in. But the real goal is not the stream. The real goal is conversion, turning listeners into fans, because fans are where the real value is. Let's talk about what fans actually do. Fans buy tickets. Fans buy merchandise. Fans support releases. Fans follow your journey. And most importantly, fans stay. So if an artist gains 1 million streams, but no real fans, that success is temporary. But if an artist builds a loyal audience, even with fewer streams, they can build a sustainable career. Now let's look at where the real money comes from. First, live shows. Concerts are one of the biggest revenue sources for artists. Ticket sales, VIP experiences, tours. This is where artists can generate significant income. And guess what drives concert attendance? Visibility. Second, merchandise. T-shirts, vinyl, exclusive items. Fans don't just listen, they buy. And they buy because they feel connected. Third, brand deals and collaborations. Companies want visibility, and artists with an audience provide that. So artists with strong fan bases can generate income through partnerships. So now we start to see the full picture. Streaming is not the business, it's the entry point. It's how artists get discovered, how they grow, how they build momentum. But the monetization happens elsewhere. And this changes how smart artists think. They don't ask, how much will I earn per stream? They ask, how can I turn listeners into fans? Because once you have fans, you don't depend on platforms anymore. You have leverage. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Because many artists today are shifting their strategy. They are building direct relationships through social media, through email lists, through communities. They want ownership. Because platforms can change, algorithms can shift, reach can disappear overnight, but a direct audience, that stays. And this is the real evolution of the music industry, from platform dependent to audience driven. So when people say streaming doesn't pay artists enough, they're right, but they're also missing the bigger picture, because streaming was never meant to be the final destination. It was meant to be the beginning, a tool, a gateway, a system for discovery. And once artists understand this, they stop chasing streams and start building something much more powerful, a real audience. So the next time you hear a song with millions of streams, ask yourself, how many real fans does this artist have? Because that's the number that really matters. Follow for the next episode, where we reveal how Spotify actually controls who becomes famous.